I figured it out.
You got this, Danny. You're the master.
Let's go, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Lights, St. George Staten Island edition. We are broadcasting to you live from the beautiful and picturesque southern shores of New York City. And here come the hometown Curtis Warriors. I'm Danny Chenard, and I'll be providing play-by-play this evening for what is a tremendous event in broadcast between the Bothell Cougars coming by way of Washington State and the Curtis Warriors representing New York. Joining me in the broadcast booth this evening, my friends Ray Palma, Kevin Brody. What it is, boys?
Danny, so if you turned in earlier, had some technical difficulties. We had to redo the intro. But the second time around, how much better with the Curtis kids running out of the tunnel right there?
Honestly, it was really good.
Ray Palmer here, and as Curtis High School class of 96, under the lights here in St. George, couldn't be more excited for opening day. Kevin Brody, how's it feel to be here opening day?
Yeah, it feels great, man. I'm looking forward to it. And these kids are pumped, man. They're ready to play football, and it's exciting to watch. I'm looking forward to it.
They're 110% ready to play football, and more than that, we're ready to support local sports, because that's exactly what we're out here doing tonight as we turn this camera around and show you the absolute mayhem that's about to take place here on the North Shore of Staten Island, New York. It is the Curtis Warriors against the Bothell Cougars. Now, the Commodore's in the house tonight. Anybody familiar with Nobody Cares Sports knows the Commodore. And if you don't know the Commodore, well, what do you say to that, Ray?
If you don't know the Commodore, nobody cares. Because
Exactly
the Commodore
right.
is an icon in this business. Commodore he blazed the path for me. I've gotten lucky to kind of sit in his seat in many ways, and I'm honored to do so. He's a legend in this business.
Absolutely. He's so much a legend that he had the opportunity to catch up with both coaches before today's game, and we've got the audio. Let's hear from him.
Hey, Coach Commodore here, Nobody Cares Sports Network. Got a big game tonight, team coming in from the West Coast. What do you know about them?
I know that they're from the West, and they're wearing blue tonight.
All right, they're wearing blue because they lost their white uniforms or they didn't come in. I told them they look like the Colts coming in here that moved in the night from Baltimore to Indianapolis. But, you know, it seems like nobody knows much about one another tonight, and this is going to be a good football game. How do you guys size up to them?
I think we'll be all right. I think we're the biggest we've been in a long time, and we'll see how things go when we get on the game.
All right, now I understand. You know me, I tag stuff with names. This is now the social media bowl. Because you guys put this put it together on social media.
Yep, that's
From now on, it's the New York City Social Media Bowl.
Let's go.
Go.
All right, so that was the Commodore talking with the head coach, Curtis, Peter Gambardella. Now let's hear with him talking with the head coach from Bothell High School.
Coach, what do you think about today's game out here? I mean, what are you looking for from Curtis High School, and what are you looking for from your team?
Well, you know, it's a first game, right? So you get all those jitters out of the way, and you hit for the first time, and you see what hard work in the off season looks like in a game situation. So, you know, I think Curtis is, they're athletic, and they played a lot of man last year and an odd front, and so this is the unknown. We traded 2 games, and we'll see if they look alike like they did last year, and what we look like if we look like last year, and we do pretty much.
How do you size up size-wise against one another?
I have no idea.
Oh, I love it.
I haven't seen their roster. I don't know. They look like they have
I heard
big
some guy
kids.
named Ray Palmer called and asked you if you had a roster yesterday.
Our roster is back. We do it back.
And you
home.
sent them to Max?
Yeah, Max Prep.
I'm just laughing because I'm going to play this for them. It's not going on the air.
Here's why.
Here's why nobody cares. The Bothell Cougars take the field, boys. We are moments away from kickoff. What a report from Commodore on the sidelines. How about that?
Welcome back, Commodore. Great to see you. And congratulations to the Commodore. Newly married. Had a chance to meet his wife today, and just an honor and a privilege. And Commodore, a true legend in this business.
Absolutely. And we have Bothell Cougars making their way out from underneath. It seems they've taken over the Curtis cafeteria today. as I don't know, we might be moments away from national anthem. You know that I am so bad at my job.
Well, I disagree with that, Danny, completely. You know who's not bad? Who's not bad at their job is multiple times state championship go Pete Gambadella. I had a chance to talk to him yesterday. Danny, do you know what season he's in? You want to guess?
Oh no, I have no idea. Please tell me.
25th. We've had a quarter century of Gambo. A quarter century of Gambo at Curtis High School. 16th as head coach of the varsity football program. 25th overall, and I don't know if that includes his playing days. It may be 29. I'm not sure of the math. But anyway, his 25th season, he's the head coach and offensive coordinator, and longtime defense coordinator Charlie Pikowski run the defense here. Captain's meeting at midfield and Brody. What do you feel opening night? You know, you played football in high school here in the PSAL. What goes through your mind, jitters, things like that?
Yeah, you're excited, man. You're ready to go. You know, you're just out there waiting to hit somebody, really, is what you want to do. So you got to get those jitters out, and that's when the game starts. You know, the first time they call hike and you make a play, and you hit somebody, then you go, oh, all right, we're on the field, we're playing football, let's do this. So a little bit of jitters going on probably right there on the sideline. And then once you get out there, once they call hike, it's game time, baby.
Well, we've got a defensive captain on the field. I believe that's Christian number 0 for the Warriors. I know it's right here. Oh, I got one too. No kidding.
Danny has his own stat sheet.
I've never had my own ever in my life. Well, Christian Fenton, he's the leader here on defense. I had the chance to talk to him during the filming of Dog Days. Also, I want to give a big happy birthday to number 8, Chauncey Mims, the wide receiver for Curtis High School. What a joy to be able to play on Friday Night Lights on your birthday.
And he was the starting running back last year, Dan. This year, the Warriors are going to go with a two-headed front between Mukakis and Gomez. So Mims going to roam the field on offense, play a little running back, some receiver. He'll be all over the place on offense. He'll also start at corner. So, but like you said, Danny, on his birthday, look out for number 8 tonight.
Look out for number 8, and look out for these boys from the West Coast. These folks travel deep, and they roll deep tonight. Full capacity in the visiting section as we're moments away from the national anthem and kickoff. This is Nobody Cares Sports, no religion, no politics, feel good vibes.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have to forgive the New York accents and, of course, the fake sports broadcasting accents as we try to pronounce Bothell all night, not Bothell. And believe me, I know. So big shout out to everybody out there from the blue and white community traveling all the way deep, way past the Mississippi to come here to the historic castle. This is the oldest high school in all of New York City, and they have a saying here. Curtis has 7. That's right, 7 PSAL city titles. That's New York City championships, and that is the most out of any New York City public school. Looking to build on that this year, but trying to slow any initial momentum of the boys from the Cougars who come out now for the opening kickoff. Brody, what do you see here on skills?
Yeah, this is important for them. They're getting the ball first here, and they're going to have to make a play, you know. They got Justin Wood, quarterback. They got some skilled players. They got to come out and they got to get a first down. Really, that's how it starts. You get a first down, get the momentum in your favor, quiet down the crowd, or liven up the crowd, really, and take it from there. So let's see what they got.
Absolutely. Well, it's the birthday boy official dot 8. Great 8. Great day to be 8. Chauncey Mims back deep to receive alongside his counterpart Jaden Wright. It's a short kick. It's fielded somewhere around the 30-yard line. A fair catch by number 6, Michael Venelman, and that's where the Warriors will take over.
Yeah, that's an interesting start. That's an interesting kick there.
Obviously, you expect them to either kick it deep or squib it, and that was somewhere with the marriage in between, boys.
Yeah, they looked like they were kind of like half pregnant on that one. I'm not sure if they little nerves there maybe on that.
Nerves, no doubt. I mean, I know they've had quite the treatment. We talked about them possibly losing their white jerseys or leaving them on the West Coast, and that's why they're in blues tonight. So Curtis wearing visiting colors at home, wearing white tops with white pants, black trim, and black helmets as it's a run off the right tackle. Just for a gain of about 2 on the play. Brings up second and actually he got about 5. Second and 5.
Expect a lot of that early north with Curtis. The running team, again, the transfer from C is one running back, also the freshman.
And now in a shotgun formation, running back offset the quarterback's left side. It is an option fake. Quarterback takes it rolling right. He has enough for the first down and out of bounds.
Good composure by Wu there, looking downfield at first, and tuck and run, hit the sideline, Brody, and anytime you get 5-6 yards at a time, good things are going to happen.
Yeah, get that first down, and it's a good idea because you're giving Wu some options there. He can hand the ball off, he can throw it down the right side, or he can take it himself. So he can look at the play, he can say what he wants to do and what's the best option. And on 2nd and 5, it's a good idea because you know even if you don't make a great play, you're halfway there at 2nd down. So good start.
Well, we've got a fresh set of sticks here for the Warriors. 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line on an opening drive, and they
got him with the hard count there.
Absolutely,
that's great
did.
by
They
Wu.
got
Great
Bothell
job.
to jump.
33 there, jumped.
Quick start by Curtis here. That was a concern early on. The earliest start ever with only 11 practices. In previous years, I don't think you can even play the game with such few practices. So this is Curtis, but after 11 practices on the field here, looking sharp early on, Danny.
I'll tell you what, their JV looked sharp as well, boys. They won 14-0 over Bothell's JV in what is a doubleheader matchup here today in St. George. A man in motion. The give is to Chauncey, and he is swallowed up by number 32 from Bothell. Man just came out of nowhere to make a play. That's Jake Wells with the tackle, the junior, 6'2", 170.
Well designed, putting the receiver in motion into the backfield, but Bothell would read nothing of the misdirection, making plays in the backfield.
Yeah, but I don't love it. You're going forward and up and down, and then you decide to go across the field there. I like to keep that momentum. Go downfield, you know?
You're going to have trips left here, single set on the right, Danny.
All right, it is a 2nd and almost 10. Quarterback out of the gun. Looking downfield, Wu has a man throwing deep.
Get it.
Chauncey jumps up and makes the catch. A huge gain for the Warriors.
We watched it in pregame, Brody. They were working on that. The drop back and the confidence from Wu to sling it down the field. And anytime you throw the ball towards Mims, good things can happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's got a quick release, too. And they gave him some time, and he shuffled away, and he threw a great pass down the middle of the field there.
Woo! So just over a minute and 40 seconds gone by here in the opening quarter, and the Warriors are moving down the field quickly. The give here is to the running back transfer out of St. Joseph by the Sea. That's the Greek, Nicholas Mukasis, number 44.
Warriors return 3 out of 5 starters on the offensive line. That's showing early on in both pass protection and obviously run protection. Mukakis here is in a running back rotation with freshman Gomez. Right now it's been Mukakis and Gomez on the field at the same time, along with Wu, who's been spectacular early on.
And I love this up-tempo start.
Oh, and we've got a high snap, gets away from Wu. He falls on it. It'll be a loss of at least 10, maybe 12 yards on the play.
Wu with experience beyond his years there. Didn't try and run after it and pick it up and kick it all over the place. Dive on it, live to have another play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely loving the enthusiasm and tempo that Bothell has come out with here, boys. We talk about that sluggish kickoff and a good capitalization here on that long snap, but a mistake on Curtis's part. Can they come back?
Well, it's 2 down territory here.
And they complete it to the back. He is going to be pulled down by a team of Cougars. Short gain on the play, 4th and long for the Warriors at the Bothell 37-yard line.
I think Curtis is going to go for this. It's the ball's at 36, give or take, 37. It looks like they lined up to go for it, and they're just going to take their shot.
I mean, Chauncey Mims definitely asked for a pregame interview. He asked if he could be mic'd up and stuff. I was like, dude, I don't have that kind of technology. Here's Wu out of the gun again, rolling to his right. Stiff arms the would-be tackler, and now he'll just fire it out of bounds. Coach Ray, you talked about that. He has really wise behind his ears, getting out of the pocket, throwing it away. Bothell looks at it like a success. It is. That's a turnover on downs.
Well, you give up the big play if you're Bothell, but you come right back out. You get the big play on the bad snap, then you hold them from there, and you get your offense back on the field. So if you're Bothell, that's a big win, Brody, after a quick start for the Warriors.
Yeah, absolutely it is. But on the other hand, if you're Curtis, you're going, hey, listen, we made a bonehead play. These things happen. But, we saw what we're capable of. We marched down the field. We got a bunch of first downs. And if we don't have that bad snap, then maybe we're going in for the end zone. So, there's positives to take away for Curtis's first possession on offense there.
Absolute positives. And since we're just going to keep saying their town wrong, let's call them the Cougars, who come out in a shotgun formation. We've got Laundry on the field to start after a short gain. Let's see what the call is, boys.
Looked like offsides on one of the Warriors. They had to go ahead and been a step early. And we'll see what the call is. But nonetheless, as we've seen early on, we've seen Mukakis on offense, both as a pass catcher and a runner for the Warriors. Now we're going to look at the we'll go, good idea, Dan, the Cougar offense.
There you go.
There's some big boys over here. Oh, we got a flag coming.
Yeah, and these guys are just juiced up, man. They're ready to go. So those are the things you're going to see on your first series on offense. Guys just a half second, just too fast, just want to get in there and just want to make contact and play football. So
talk about that anxiety and a bit of nerves here possibly being displayed from the offensive line here of Bothell, because they have jumped off sides here. So it's a 1st and 15, and they'll have the ball now on their own, looks like the 33-yard line.
Commodore asked some pregame about size matchup. I'd say, it looks about even, just the eye test here. It looks like for the most part, Curtis got some big boys, and so do the Cougars. And look, we're head-to-head here. Cougars in the shotgun.
I don't know what they're feeding these kids. God bless the parents. Quarterback out of a shotgun, throws to his left, and he is immediately gobbled up by my man Christian Fenton.
That guy was Jaden Wright. No, Danny number 1.
Jaden Wright.
Yeah, Wright 1. What an open field tackle. And there were 2 other Warriors ready as well. Coach Bukowski and his defense ready to go early on.
Well, it's now 2nd and 12, so Curtis got the ball, seemingly moved downfield quick. Bothell stopped him, and now we're seeing a bit of a back and forth here on defense as coaches are making the adjustments on both sides of the gridiron. It's a give to the running back who goes A-gap, and he is immediately tackled by the linebacker, number 53, Ndiame Duke.
Both teams coming out, a lot of shotgun early, a lot of action, different formations. Pretty exciting so far, just to watch from an offensive standpoint here.
Yeah, and they want to run the ball. They want to establish the run. They want to calm everybody down. And then, they want to take their shot, just like Curtis did in the first series, and it worked out for them. So
you got some of the penalty yards back. It'll be 3rd and 10 here, Danny, from the 37.
Thank you, gentlemen. 3rd and 10. You said it. 3 wide receivers split right, 1 running back. Quarterback rolling right, looking right, fires, it's caught, and that is a first down. Looks like he's got the forward progress, and they're going to move those 6, boys. That's a first down for the Cougars.
Beautiful route by Hoke in the open field, getting himself open, and then a perfect ball by, I'm missing the quarterback's name. Is that
Jalen Vyers.
Jalen Vyers there, my good. A perfect ball and a perfect route and a first down there, and a much needed one for the Cougars.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, there's something to be said about number 3 there, getting to the first down marker and turning around. You see it in the NFL, 3rd and 10, and these guys run a 9-yard route, and then you're stuck at 4th and 1. So it's a great play by number 3 to get the first down there.
Absolute great job and call by the referees to acknowledge the fact that he had it before the defense drove him back in eternity. So first and 10, ball gets away, fumble in the backfield. 2 people go for it, and the Cougars come up with it.
Another great job there. You know, you don't want to compound mistakes there, so getting on the fumble there will save second. It'll be second and long. It's supposed to be in Curtis' ball.
Deja vu all over again there.
Yeah, both similar follies to start for both the Warriors and the Cougars. Very wisely, it was the running back Wyatt Mickleberry Jr. who recovered the fumble. So it is a 2nd and 24 for the Cougars. And a timeout is being called on the field, boys. That is our first timeout of the game.
Well, with as you expect, we talked about in pregame, 2 bad snaps, nerves. In the Curtis perspective, 11 practices. If you're the Cougars, you've traveled across the country. You've been on a long flight, and then they did get in. I believe they've been here since at least yesterday. So hopefully their bodies have adjusted. But again, they're young; they can adjust to anything at this point.
Well, welcome
but
back.
Not
to
easy,
them.
Dan. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy at all. Welcome back to the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. Danny Shinot, Ray Palma, and our newest confidant in the broadcast booth, Kevin Brody. Want to give a shout out to our sponsors. We're going to be going through them all night. They allow us to say yes to the community and broadcast for free. So a big shout out to DPM Contracting. Assistant coach here at Curtis High School. All phases of interior and exterior contracting. Fully licensed and insured. If you're looking for a contractor for your home, make sure you check him out. No better. Right, didn't they do your bathroom?
They did. My neighbor and then 2 doors down and the other door. So there was, I'm sorry, I can't talk. The first neighbor and the one next door did both. Both highly recommend. Great company, great business.
Love to hear it. Back to the action on the field. Bothell, 2nd and long. The Warriors send the house, but they get it away cleanly on a screen. Pickup of about 10 on the play. It'll still be a 3rd and long close to midfield.
Beautiful misdirection. Fake to one side, look to the backside there. And a great run to pick up some of the lost yardage from the bad snap. Now you got a much more manageable 3rd, and we'll call it 16, Danny.
I like what you can see out there because it's a lot better than what I can see. About 5:41 remaining here in the opening quarter. The lights have officially come on here in St. George. The call coming in from the sidelines.
And that's right. If you're like Ray Palmer, class of Curtis 96, yes, the lights here on the field at Curtis High School. What a beautiful thing to see.
Absolutely. Byers out of a gun, under pressure, rolling to his left. 2 Warriors on him, forces to throw. One-on-one downfield, and that is a bad call.
They're not
one-on-one.
I'm going to say they call it on Hoke, Danny. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it's going to be an offensive pass interference on Hoke. There's no way that could possibly.
That's no way it's on Chauncey
It's on
Mims.
Mims. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a
no
terrible
chance.
call.
Let's see what it is.
Is it on Hoke? I can see that.
Now, this
I don't know what's happening.
To everybody out there, we're not a normal sports
They're bringing
network.
the ball back,
we call it as it is.
I
right?
think maybe they called it on Hoke for offensive. No chance that it could be the other way around.
Oh, they're giving it to, Bothell. Man, that's an automatic first down, it looks like.
I think they're calling for us to challenge it. Are they looking at us there? Like they want to?
We don't have that
We
technology.
don't. Yeah. I'm sorry, coaches. Wow. Okay. Now, why is it still 3rd down, Danny? What is occurring here? It's somehow still 3rd.
The penalty is 3rd and 1.
Result of the penalty. 15 yards on a penalty. That makes sense. So it's 3rd and 1 here. As in high school football, it's not the okay. No, going to be a bad play here. It's not false start on the offense, Dan. So.
All right.
15 yards for the penalty, made it 3rd and 1. False start now. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Cougars. Danny Shinano, you have technical difficulties? We good over here?
No, baby, we good. Good gravy, baby.
I think the referees are having technical difficulties on that.
That was an awful
penalty.
call
That's
down
a bad
the field.
Well, and I want to tell everybody at home that, this is Nobody Cares Sports, right? We're out here only for the community, for the good vibes. So good or bad, we call it like we see it. And other sports networks kind of lay off the refs and stuff, and we do.
To hell with that.
But,
The only
but
people
if you
on
give
this-
a bad call, we're going to call
The
it.
only people on this field compensated are the officials, and therefore the only ones who do this, when justified, some scrutiny.
Well, we have another timeout on the field, Ray. It is the second one taken by Bothell, their second one of the quarter. So they've taken 2 timeouts of their 3 here in the opening quarter. Boys, what do you make of this game so far?
Well, I think from a Curtis perspective, you saw a little opening night jitters. You saw some things good offensively. And other than a ridiculous penalty, the defense has held up strong. So Curtis, so far, defending the castle. Brody, what do you think from a Cougars perspective?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. The two good teams, a couple of bad plays, a couple of sloppy snaps, but other than that, it's been pretty clean football, you know, and they're moving forward, and I think it's going to be a good match. I think it's going to be, you know, it's going to be tough back and forth.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you right now, I had Curtis's dogs. I thought the Cougars were going to come in here and show us what West Coast football was about, but Curtis made me put my money where my mouth is, man. They're coming out here and, you know, representing this home turf.
Yeah, they're competing.
From a physical standpoint, you didn't think it would look like this. So here we are, Danny, right back, 3rd and 6 from the 48.
And it's a big down as Bothell puts a big front up. 8 men on the line. They swing it left to the running back, and he is wide open going down the left sideline and tackled at the 25.
To number 6.
Ball comes out at the end, and the ref's going to say it is still Bothell ball.
That is beautiful execution by Vyers in the offense. Again, second time in a row, you know, they fake it right, come back left, and he had a convoy of blockers up the left side. Beautiful run and even more beautiful play design by the Cougar offense.
Yeah, if Curtis is going to keep just, you know, attacking that side, and they're just going to run that. They're going to run misdirection all day until Curtis proves that they can handle that.
Well, once again, we've got Vyers out of a gun. Running back offset to his right. 2 receivers right. The give is to the back. He goes A-gap and swallowed up by a couple of Warrior defenders. About 3 yards on the play, and the legendary defensive line coach here at Curtis High School, Pete McNamara, his whole strategy on defense is hold them to 3 yards or less on first down and make it a manageable 2nd and 7 for your defense and opens up some options. So that's what the scenario is here. Let's see what Curtis does with it.
Talk about legends on the sideline right now. You got the Commodore having a conversation with Fred Oliveri, 2 icons.
You got man-on-man on the right side.
Vyers throws that way. He's got him! Touchdown, Cougars!
So after some misdirection, some runs, quarterback keeper, then the rollout right and just let it sit down the right side. Beautifully designed drive for the Cougars.
Yeah, he got one-on-one down there, and it was just he was bigger, and he just outran him, man.
From
no
both
safety
teams'
help
perspective,
there.
the amount of just the passing in general, the pass protection, the crisp routes early on by both teams, mighty impressive, Danny.
I mean, Brody, I got to give it to you, dude. When I hired you, I was like, please save us. You came in, called one-on-one in the corner, quarterback threw that way, and there's your first score of the game. So we're not too bad here at Nobody Cares. Between Ray Palma and Brody, I'd say the future's bright.
Extra point here attempt.
Yeah, they have a kicker, folks, and that is true blue through and through. Bothell jumps out to a 7-0 lead here with 3 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the opening quarter from Curtis High School. We'll be back with more high school football in just a second. Nobody cares. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Warriors back deep to receive. Bothell set to kick. They've got a 7-0 lead here. 3:14 to go in the first. And in an attempt to possibly kick it deep. No, they got a kicker, brother, doing that purposely. Jalen Wright in open space makes one man miss. He's moving down the left sidelines into Cougar territory. 1st and 10 Warriors.
What a run of field, my goodness. Curtis special teams have shown up early on today. Both teams with big plays, and Curtis already in Cougar territory.
Yeah, Jaden right there. He turned around, he found his seam, and he went straight down the field. That was a great play, good vision.
Give it a shout out. Let me give a shout out to my main man, former Curtis Warrior defensive tackle, Curtis Warrior guidance council. My man Jeff Thomas listening, class of 1996. God bless all of us. We're 45 years old.
Will gives it to the back, and he looks like Mike Allstott a little bit, but my man ain't going nowhere right now. The Cougars say, not up in here.
That could have been Mike Allstott, and it would have made a difference. Gang tackle by the Cougars in the backfield. It'll be 2nd and 12 from the 42.
Yeah, Mukasey loses 2 on the play. Brody, if you're Bothell, you going to send a house right here, send maybe a linebacker off the side?
Yeah, I mean, they got a 2 deep safety set, and there it is.
They do it. They send the house. They get pressure on the quarterback, and the play is incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and long.
When you run that misdirection, you leave your linemen susceptible. They can only hold for so long. And when that backside receiver is not quite as available as he could be, you get results like that. 3rd and 12. So the Warriors need to capitalize after the big punt return.
I mean, had a linebacker come off the left side. I believe that was number 4, Lemley. He goes both ways for this squad. Gets a 3rd and 12.
You see a screen here, maybe. Number 5 going in motion, something short.
Will with a high snap, gets it under control, throwing to his right, incomplete. It'll be a 4th and long, and the Warriors with the decision. Do they go for it or punt?
Went for it on 4th and 12. Now they're going to punt this one, so that 5-6 yard does make a difference according to Coach Gambardella here. Going to punt, look to pin him deep, and Brody watched pregame. Punter was punting the ball well, consistently a good 30, 40 yards.
Yeah, about 30 yards.
Which is all you got to do right now. You put the ball 30 yards, you got a winner. Check the fake as well. Looks like the Cougars are preparing for a fake as well. But they do have number 3 is back to receive, Danny. That'll be Hoke. So the receiver, also punt return.
Yeah, and I think when they call that 3rd down play, they say, well, if we get that, now we're in 4th and 7, it's more manageable, then we'll go for it. But they didn't get it, so now they decide to punt. I think it's the right move.
No, they didn't. Well, the punt is up and good. And moving down the left sidelines and bouncing at the 10, it is tapped down there, and that is where Bothell will take over at their own 10-yard line with 2:03 to play in the first quarter. More high school football, East versus West, when we come back. Like and subscribe. Nobody cares. I tell you, there is a beautiful breeze here tonight in Staten Island. I told you boys to maybe bring a sweater.
I have a sweater. I'm going to debut it for the second half. It is a doozy, absolute doozy.
I like that. We like a fresh wardrobe change here.
I figure halftime. Space it out a little bit. All right, they got them pinned deep here, Danny. 1st and 10 from the 10.
Yeah, a little obstruction by the DJ tent. Nobody cares. Warriors gang tackle in A-gap, and they drive that Cougar back. Be a loss on the play. And right now, you've got to be really careful if you're Bothell, because you're playing inside your own 10, and I know you've got a 7-0 lead, but it's a one-possession game.
Yeah, you're another bad snap away from a safety here and giving Curtis the ball.
Unofficial stat, I've seen so many more Warrior big touchdowns going to this end zone.
100%. Unofficial stat. Going
towards
the
memory. This end zone has been the byproduct of many big-time Warrior touchdowns, and a stop here on defense could lead to another one.
Well, let's see what happens. It's Byers out of the gun under pressure, and the referee's going to blow this one dead.
Be on the offense again, Dan. It's going to be half the distance.
That would be a big call if it is, Ray.
It's a full start. And we're seeing a lot of man defense here from Curtis early.
Curtis staple, Curtis known historically as a man-to-man defensive team. Again, only 11 days of practice. 7-6 last year. The team's got a lot of experience. And again, I keep forgetting the referees are not Mike. But again, we called that one. It was offside, half the distance to the goal. We'll make it 2nd and 16, Danny, for the Cougars.
And furthermore, they'd never look at the booth to tell us what's going on, because they know if they made a bad call, we're instantly all over them.
We don't make too many referee friends.
And you got number 3 here again at the bottom of the screen.
Under pressure, throwing left side and incomplete. He had a man streaking on a slant towards the sidelines. That was number 7, and he just out of his reach. That was Omo Azun. Couldn't make the catch. And I'll be honest with you, I think he needed like 9-foot arms to make that catch, Ray.
Yeah, no, a little overthrown. Might be the first bad throw of the day, as the Cougars, other than a bad snap, have been pretty in sync offensively. Big third down coming up here for Vyers in the offense.
When they've been most successful is with the screen, but when you're this far back, it's a tricky play to call.
Now 3rd and 16 from inside their own 5. Vyers under pressure in the end zone. He somehow escapes, looking to throw downfield. He finally does, and he chucks it out of bounds into his own team. That will be 4th down coming up, and they'll look to punt from inside their own 5.
I'd love to see how to translate the TV. My goodness, what a good job. Staying in the pocket, getting out of the pocket, composed, eyes downfield the entire time, and then the veteran presence to throw the ball out of bounds. Ooh, what a good scramble.
Brody,
there.
what'd you see on that play?
Yeah, that was
there anybody open downfield?
No, there was nobody open downfield. It was a good play by Curtis, being deeper than the deepest, not letting anybody over their heads, and just keeping everything in front of them.
So they're going to have Mukakis back on the kick return here, along with Jaden Wright. They're standing at about the 35, so Curtis could get some great field position. Hoke is also the punter, apparently.
They got a lot of loft in this ball, so they call for a fair catch. It's muffed, and Bothell comes up with the ball. The Cougars will take over.
I guess there was no contact from the Cougar player, so therefore no penalty for interfering with the kick catch. I can't talk. My goodness. First game, Danny. I have jitters too.
No, that's okay. Nobody cares.
But there was no kick catch interference because there was no physical contact. Coach McKagan, the Warriors, looking for it. Not going to get the call, and it's going to be both the ball here on the 38-yard line.
It's Bothell. Say Cougars. I'm getting a
I'm
lot
sorry.
of hate.
I have said Cougars. I apologize.
Brody doesn't even say it.
Perhaps if,
Say what?
There you go. See what I mean?
I did reach out and try to make contact so we could make communications, and I would probably have learned the pronunciation, but I wasn't able to do that, so I got to wing it. You know?
If my first impression, if a Staten Island number's calling me, I'm not answering the phone. Are you kidding me? And I'm from here.
This is tough for Curtis defense because you make a great play, you get off the field, and now you got to come back on the field. So you got to be ready and you got to be alert real fast here.
6 seconds to go in the first half. Byers out of a gun, hands it to the back, who swallowed up A-gap. That's going to do it for the first quarter of action. The Cougars march into St. George and have a 7-0 lead at the end of 1.
Woo! It's a 7-0 lead for the Cougars, but it is not a dominating 7-0 lead by any stretch. The Warriors, unfortunately, unable to capitalize on a few big plays by special teams and the one big pass down the field. Anyway, the first quarter comes to an end, Brody, and this game, which some thought could get lopsided early with the dominance of the Cougars in their own respective divisions, has been a much more even matchup than many anticipated.
Yeah, Curtis is coming here and they're saying, they got something to prove here. They're a PSAL team, they're a New York City team, but we can play, man. So they're ready to play, and they need to stop them here, really. I think they need to not let them score some points. They need to get this offense back on the field. They need to go down. They need to tie the game.
I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to give a shout-out to Sunrise Office Services. He's a graduate of Curtis High School. That's right, Sunrise Office Services, a national industry leader in office furniture liquidation. You need to get that stuff out, and they'll take care of it. Been doing it a long time, over 35 years. No more trusted name. Make sure you support them because they support local sports.
Best relocators in the industry will shop you up, take you up, get you out, get you all set up, bang, bang, bang for the great price.
That's a drop, boys.
Another screen.
That's a beautiful play by Wright in the open field, one-on-one. Good tackle.
Wright is just all over the field. What a fantastic high school football player, both offensively and defensively. It's going to be third and 6, Danny, from the 41-yard line. Danny giving our cameraman some instruction. He's the director. He's the play-by-play guy. He does it all. Fyers is going to be in the shotgun. He's going to roll out right, looking at his eyes downfield. Throws a check down to Hoke. Hoke's been open all night long, my goodness. That's going to be first down for Bothell right at midfield, Brody.
Yeah, that's just a trip right bunch. You got two guys going straight down the field. They're going to open up. They're going to pull the safeties back, and then Hoke is just going to cut to his right, and he's going to be wide open there for a first down.
You got to respect the long ball. Then Hoke has been, reminds me of receiver on the Panthers now, the guy from the Vikings. I'm blanking. What's the receiver?
DJ Moore?
No.
Yeah, terrible.
He's on the Vikings right now. I can't
Justin
think of who he is.
Jefferson.
It's not, no.
Randy Moss.
He's Caucasian. I can't. Anyway.
Adrian Thielen.
No, Thielen. Thank you. I think
Thielen.
it's
He's
Adam
not on
Thielen.
the Vikings anymore.
I said the Panthers. Anyway, Thielen's been open. We're going to call him Hoke. That's his name. This kid's awesome. First and 10 from the 47.
That's what I like to hear. Out of a shotgun again, a big front. They give it to the back. That's intended with a bevy of blockers. All he can get is about 4, and that's just fine because that's first down. They are grinding away. And I like this mentality, Brody, from the Bothell Cougars of, hey, we're going to ground and pound this Warrior defensive line, and we're going to chip away right now. We're not getting big plays, but come third, fourth quarter, we might get big chunks.
Yeah, and we're also going to wear you down. They're wearing them down. You know, they're going to run the ball. You get 5 yards on a shotgun draw on first down, and, you know, you can do whatever you want on second down here. Trips right again.
And it's gives to another back. That's a newcomer into the game.
That's
Number
Brooke.
22, Brooke Cole.
We got a fumble.
Cole Brooke, I'm sorry.
got a
Fumble on
fumble.
the play. They're going to send
Fumble.
the Warriors.
Curtis ball.
game.
Hey.
First down, Warriors.
You talk
That's
about
how
the most anticlimactic fumble I've ever seen.
I think that was Muhammad Rahman, number 11 there, who was the first one to get to him, and he swallowed him up, and then the rest of the guys just came in and I guess knocked the ball out.
And
Good
no one
play.
reacted. They kind of just picked the ball. I guess they just kind of picked it up and that was it. But there was no reaction from the players in the field. No way for us to see all the way up here, even though we got some beautiful seats here. Right about the 40-yard line here. And it is getting chilly here in St. George. I'm going to have to find me my hoodie, Danny.
Yes, sir. We may have to do that. Although I must let you know the Chinese bookie not working tonight, so we are on our own.
Oh, goodness. We'll have to survive at the bookie. Shout out Chinese bookie. Hope wherever you are, you're doing well, my friend.
And the Cougars have been playing 2 deep safety the whole time, so they should be able to run the ball, and there they go.
That's the
Right up A-gap, running it around the Cougars' throats. That's going to be close to a first down.
And that's what they need to do, you know. And when that safety comes up, when they realize they can run the ball and that safety comes up, that's your time to take a shot.
Completely agree with you. Curtis running this quick no huddle back to the line quickly. Wu out of the gun, looking right. He's got a man, and it's overthrown on a slant. Not sure he had what it took to get a first down anyway, and Michael Van Manen, the sophomore.
We should acknowledge that last run from Gomez, the freshman, the first of many carries, I would imagine, over the next 4 years for Coach Gambadell's and the Warriors offense.
Maybe a little screen right here.
Now, why not? It's worked for you before. A 3rd and 3 for the Warriors. They give us to the back, grinding his feet forward. A true battle. Let's see. It's going to be close. We may have a measurement. Ref signifies fourth down, and the Cougars. Man, this defensive front holding strong right here. 4th down territory. Looks like Gambo's going for it.
And if you do it on 3rd down, you just do it again on 4th down. I think that's probably what they're going to do here.
I don't know, man. My man kind of got stood up and stopped. 4th and 1. Heavy set. The give is to the back again. He runs A-gap, and he is mowing people down. That is a first down into Cougar territory.
Freshmen aren't supposed to be able to make runs like that. Up the middle, gets his shoulder pads low, and takes a litany of Cougar defenders with him down the field, Dan.
My man was running like Jerome Bettis, shades of the bus.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They'll go back to Gomez here.
Yeah, here it is.
Right
The exact
side.
same play once again. Looks like they kind of went with a trap with a pulling guard right side, trying to kick out that linebacker. Bothell doing a good job not giving up a big play. Slow grind here, 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 coming up for the Warriors.
So after they've seen a lot of early on with the C-Trans, and now the Warriors going to the freshmen. Again, when you have 2 first-class running backs, your offense will be much more diverse. Wu's going to stay in the shotgun, flanked by the freshman to his right.
Wu looking towards Gomes, under pressure, and he's sacked at midfield. A massive defensive play by the lineman.
That's Braden Bocath. My goodness, what a massive play in the backfield. Woo! Not sure where the offensive line messed up on that one, but he came untouched into the backfield.
Yeah, I had a sack in New York on Friday Night Lights. Look it up, bro. YouTube. Nobody cares. He could say that the rest of his life. That was a vicious hit, a glorious sack, and one that's surely going to get scouts' attention.
So 3rd and 18 here for the Warriors. You don't got to get all back in one play, but you're going to need a chunk here if you want to go for it on 4th. Highly doubtful they go for it on 4th and 18. Get yourself 8 yards, 4th and 10, different story.
Amen, brother. Wu out of the gun. Looking to throw. Now stepping up in the pocket. He's going to look to run, and he is obliterated in a high tackle, but a clean tackle. And that is my man, number 31 for the Cougars, Noah Sorrellis. Hold the phone. How much does it cost to send a fruit basket 3,000 miles? Noah
$49.99.
Saradellis.
Thank you. Noah Saradellis with the hit. And I'm going to keep it real. I thought lumber was expensive. My man's giving it out here tonight for free. Laying the wood.
There's been some big-time plays, and the Warriors are going to snap. Oh, they're going to punt this. Okay.
Yeah, and this has been Curtis's bugaboo is they're getting down the field, they're gaining yards, and then they have that one big blow play, whether it's a fumble or whether it's a sack, and it just puts them into a position where it's really tough to get another first down.
Well, Gambo doesn't really mind playing the game of field position as he makes a couple man miss and now moving right across the field. This is Hoke. He's got room across the 50 and dragged down out of bounds into Warrior territory. A massive gain. They'll take over on the Warrior 40-yard line.
Massive run. Looked like a block in the back on the catch initially, but uncalled by the officials. Huge run. This kid really does it all on a football field. He does a little bit of everything.
And he's 6'3". I mean, he's a big boy, and he's hard to bring down. And he's got some speed when he starts going down the field there.
So after the big play, it's going to set the Cougars up. Looks like about the 41-yard line. Big stand here for the Warrior defense. Hold them here. Still a one-possession game with a lot of football to be played.
Got to shout out. Got to shout out my dude Juan Segura, watching all the way in Oakland, California. Graduate of Curtis High School, 92, tuned in. We see you out there on the West Coast. And all you people out there around the country, wherever you may be, nobody cares, appreciates you. Warriors sending the house. Trying desperately to get out of it, and doing so eventually is Myers throwing it away. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Great composure by backfield. You know, play's not there. Throw it out of bounds. Live to have another day. 2nd and down here for the Cougars. Second down.
Yo, shout out to the Bothell fans watching on YouTube. They say they like the broadcast, man.
Oh, they're not
awesome.
hate mail?
No. The hate mail is real. We're getting hate mail.
Oh, okay, good.
We always get hate mail.
It's called balance.
Yeah, it's called balance. It's like having a Diet Coke with a Big Mac.
Glad you're enjoying us out there. Hope to all you folks listen. Thanks for coming out to New York City. Your program has been well represented both on the field and off. And thanks for coming out to Staten Island. It's a beautiful day here in St. George.
Time out on the field. You keep liking that dial. You be careful. We're coming out to Bothell to do a game out there. More high school football when we come back. 7-0's the score. 6:03 to go. Nobody cares. Well, you know Curtis High School does the best to have tremendous family-oriented music.
Well, they were pumping the Wu-Tang in pregame. I was jumping.
We're big Wu-Tang fans. Ray's dog is named Wu-Tang. You can't escape it here.
Here comes the trick play.
Oh! Little reverse in the backfield. The ball is still out. Who comes up with it? Bothell has it. Oh, doctor, that was dangerous. The double reverse loses him 10 yards.
Looked like it was going to go back to the quarterback for the flea flicker on that one. My goodness.
They had Tyson Hoke downfield, dude. They had two Cougar players and one safety back there.
Well, after the bad handoff attempt, instead of potentially a big play down the field, big play for the Warriors defense. 3rd and about 20 now for the Cougars that are out midfield.
I mean, they were really holding all the momentum. I think they tried to go for the gusto with a trick play, and it cost them. Under pressure, throwing it deep, one-on-one, flag on the play. This could be defensive pass interference, and if it is, that's a huge, huge call and a big gain for the Cougars.
Not as good an angle for myself at that one is the one downfield. But again, you got two guys going downfield. There's going to be some hands.
Yeah, let him
be
play.
Some contact.
Let him play, man.
But I don't feel he impeded the receiver in any possible way.
I can get the Commodore. I can get him to just relay a message to the ref and knock it off. Keep the flag in your pocket. This is an unofficial game. Let the kids play. You think we have no
I
impact?
don't think Coach Gabriella wants the Commodore talking to refs. So I don't know if that's the
He
best
does
fit for
not
Curtis
want. He
football.
doesn't want us here at all. He doesn't want the Commodore on the sidelines. He doesn't want us at the game.
I disagree. I think Coach Gabriella is happy to see the program he's built. Let's just say built because Coach Oliveri built it all up. But nonetheless, what he's done and this magnificent Friday night again under the lights here in St. George. Doesn't get any better
Crazy
than
how
this,
nice
Danny.
this field is. My ACL is definitely torn from high school football, not playing on a nice field like this. So the Warriors fans make noise on the bleachers. A 3rd and 3. The give is to the running back. He's got a first down and more down the left sidelines.
Well-designed run there. Hit the gap, bounce it out. Again, the Cougars just well-designed, obviously really extremely well coached. There's a reason they traveled 3,000 miles to play a football game.
Yeah, I don't mind smacking you if I know I'm good. I'll come 3,000 miles and beat you. Sure. If they're willing to pay for the ticket, we'll be there.
No,
What do you got, Brody?
They travel deep. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brody.
No, I was just going to say time of possession here is got to be killing Curtis's defense here. They got to be a little tired, man. I see some hands on hips, hands on knees.
No doubt. They're definitely conditioned, and they can play with these boys, but they've
can
been on
play.
the field all night, the defense.
That's the problem. Here we go.
They send the house again from the right side, one-on-one, and another flag, and this time I'm going to agree with the call. Too handsy on the defensive side of the ball. That is going to be a defensive pass interference against number 5 from the Curtis Warriors, Evan Dukes, the junior two-way starter. And, it could...
And honestly,
it's not holding, it's just straight pass interference, right? He pushed him in the chest.
If he doesn't do that, it's probably 6. So not the worst play if Duke's there, in my opinion. Because otherwise, the way they've been passing the ball here for the Cougars, that's a touchdown. So, 1st and goal from the 9 here, Danny. Big stop for the Warriors defense. Home to a field goal attempt could be a huge win.
Yeah, and that D-line's getting close. They're getting there in their face, but they're not completing the play. They're not able to get that sack.
Well, we're heading down towards Heartbreak Alley, as Ray calls it, where some of the most memorable touchdowns in both Curtis and against Curtis history have taken place on the north end zone, as it's a fake to the back. The quarterback keeps it himself, and oh my, Byers puts the Cougars on the board for the 2nd time today.
Beautiful play design. They've been running the ball on the drive, a little pass in the drive. We've seen Byers on the keeper, but now they ran him outside kind of like on a bootleg, untouched in the end zone touchdown. Beautiful design by the Cougar offense there, Brody.
Yeah, he just sucked everybody in there, and then he pulled the ball back up to himself, and there was none but daylight.
So a chance to make it a 14-0 game here. Sorry, Danny.
No, not at all. And I mean, so used to not seeing this well-automated machine of special teams coming out. Look at this. Easy. Let me throw that on top of the
That might
pool.
go through a window.
Extra point is good.
Well, it's cool for the kids in the background. Kid had a chance to catch that there. A little incomplete. Nonetheless, a good effort by the young man on the sideline. So it'll be 14-0 Cougars. It's 14-0, and like Brody pointed out, they're dominating time of possession, but they're not dominating the football game necessarily. Warriors have moved the ball in both possessions via special teams and the big play. Big 5:08 here coming up for the Warriors. I think you guys will both agree. Got to put something on the board.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you something you could put on the board. Arguably the best Chinese food in all of New York City.
No, arguably necessary.
I'm talking about Loon Schwan, located in the neighborhood of Tottenville. One could make that argument, Ray, that it is the very best. They pay our good friends a visit at 85 Page Avenue. Tell them Nobody Cares sent you.
Get some General Chow, get some garlic wonton, some Grand Marnier shrimp. My goodness, Rob Chi. And the Su Chi and the fantastic restaurant that is Loon Schwan. The best Chinese on God's green earth. That's the slogan I'm going with. Not arguably nothing. Hands down, Loon Schwan, the greatest. 967-9819.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think. I might have butchered that phone number. Ignore that. 667? I'm screwing the number up.
Well,
Don't
the
listen to that.
Scoreboard out here on the field reads 13-0, but it is, in fact, 14-0. This ball is pooched right side. A fair catch is called at the 30-yard line, and the Warriors will take over there. First and 10 with 5:07 remaining here in the second quarter. Brody, I'm going to start with you. If you're the Warriors, what do you have to do on offense to put your first points up?
You have to not make any mistakes. You got 5 minutes and 7 seconds left. You have plenty of time. You have every single play in the playbook. They play too deep safety, you run the ball. You get them tired, you get a couple of first downs, and if you see a chance to take a shot, you take a shot. But the whole playbook's open here. There's plenty of time. You want to score a touchdown here, get into the half feeling good.
Bothell has been balling out from the start, a little bit closer on the scoreboard. And it is a close game as this ball nearly intercepted.
Pass is incomplete.
That was a big-time play by Michael Van Manen because that was a surefire interception. Receiver turning DB there really quick and making a huge play for the Warriors because that could have been really bad from an offensive perspective.
So that
turnover.
was Kingston Fleming Male who almost came up with the pick for Bothell. It'll be 2nd and 10 now from the Warriors for their own 30-yard line. Shotgun set, 3 receivers offset to the right, 1 back protecting. The throw is to the right side. It's complete, and it's a gain of like 6 inches on the play.
Yeah, it's good to get it out to Dukes. The Warriors, really, I've never seen a Curtis team, so up-tempo with the pass here.
With the reception.
Short gain here.
3rd down.
Would imagine they're going to look to get something going here offensively.
I mean, bro,
Get the ball to Wright's hands.
Don't be afraid to throw the ball downfield.
Yeah, but no one's open. That's the problem.
I know, but they are running it with their safeties. Under pressure, throwing left. Chauncey Mims with the catch. He makes it at the 40-yard line, and he's tackled there after a short move. First and 10 Warriors, and boys, they needed that in the worst way.
Bruce stayed in the pocket, stood tall, and delivered the dangerous underthrown ball. And Mims, like we said, running back last year, able to spread his wings out in the perimeter and making huge plays down the field for the Warriors.
He just came back and grabbed that ball. That was a great play. Good eyes.
The announcer's podium. You lost a blue iPhone.
No, they said announcers podium. They're talking about us. There's a blue iPhone at the announcers podium. They make blue ones, apparently.
Let me know when you find a stack of money.
Isaiah wants you to know he just sat down.
There's a lot going on here, Curtis.
So much happening.
Woo's in the shotgun, trips left. They can get the ball to Mustakas on the run. I'm probably butchering that name.
Dude is just carrying people no matter what. But the Warriors, against this Cougar front, have to grind 3 yards, 4 yards. They might not be the biggest kids in the business, but damn are they coach good, boys. I mean, they are really handling this Warrior front. 2nd and 7 now. Out of the gun, they give us to the back. He runs left side off the tackle, and he picks up another grinding 3 to 4 yards.
And you're making this now 2-down territory for the Warriors. It's going to be 3rd and short. Going to give them 2 plays to probably get what I would look to be about 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, and I like what they're doing. They're going 3 yards at a time, 4 yards at a time. They're taking some time off the clock. Let's get a first down, and then let's restart.
Shout out to the people watching at R-Bar. R-Bar, number 1 place to watch a football game. Big shout out to those guys.
All right, it is a 3rd and 4 for the Warriors. Stiff arm by Wu, and he falls down, and then a hit comes down on top of him. No extra call, no big deal. That is going to be 4th and long. Warriors looking like they're not punting, staying on the field as they are in Cougar territory here.
It's
just under 3 minutes to go here.
Even after the sack, it's a 4th and 14. Wu has thrown the ability to get the ball downfield. You wonder if this might be some kind of a screen or a misdirection, or possibly maybe get Wright involved, right to the bottom of your screen right. Haven't heard a lot of him early on.
Ray, I need you to go over there and look for somebody called the Burger Bastard.
I love burgers.
Excellent. Under pressure, and that's a turnover on downs. The Cougars said, not up in here, not tonight. All the momentum has gone their way. They take over in Warriors territory. 2:29 to go in the first half.
Quick breakdown in pass protection for the Warriors leads to multiple Cougar defenders in the backfield, and Wu didn't have a chance to run for his life. Just kind of had to just take it and move on. He's running to the sideline. He's got his helmet off. He's going to regroup. And if you're the Warriors now, going to halftime down by 2 scores, manageable. 3 scores, the way the Cougar defense is playing, maybe not so much. So a big 2 minutes here for the Warriors defense.
Yeah, and that's the tough part about being 4th and 12 and 4th and 13, because the defense knows what you need to do. You need to get 13 yards. You need to get 14 yards. So, you run a play action or something like that, they're just not going to bite. They're going to sit back, and you just had nowhere to go with it, and no time either.
Well, it's a 1st and 10. Byers out of the gun. The fake to the back. He's under pressure, and he's going to be brought down. That is a massive sack on the play. I'm talking a loss of about 20.
And I call a timeout here, maybe.
I was wondering if the Warriors going to look to call one now. I guess not. With 2 minutes, I suppose you bleed a little bit. Maybe the Warriors, with the way the Cougar defense has been playing, might be content to walk into this game down 14-love as opposed to pushing the issue here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And the Cougars, on the other hand, have no problem bleeding the clock down here. So curious to see, are the Cougars going to take a shot downfield, or they're going to look to run the ball and maybe try and get this thing into the half. Danny Schnott is awake. I wanted to confirm.
No, I'm here.
Sometimes he dozes off.
Sometimes, I'm definitely not here. Back to the action on the field. The give us to the back, swallowed up by a gang of Warriors. It'll be 3rd and long, and now we'll see the Warriors, I imagine, take a timeout. Instead, the clock continues to run.
You start calling timeouts, and you might spark something for the Cougars' offense. Maybe look downfield. So if you're Gambardella, if the Cougars are willing to go into halftime, perhaps Gambardella wants to get inside and go over things with his troops, particularly in pass protection. Here it'll be 3rd and 30 on the snap.
Well, there's your timeout, boys. Before this 3rd and 30, we'll be back with more high school football after this. Like and subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to, believe me, nobody cares. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 1:13 to go here in the first half. Big shout out to our friends at Ruddy and Dean American Steakhouse. This Staten Island steakhouse located in the epicenter of the North Shore, offering the freshest seafood, prime age steak, signature sides. Boy, tell them that nobody cares sent you.
Ruddy and Dean, the only pure steakhouse on Staten Island. Another one did open up somewhere in Newdorf, but the only pure steakhouse for a long time has been Ruddy and Dean. Go check them out, one of the best in the business.
Well, it's a 3rd and 30. Byers drops back. He's got a man one-on-one left side, and it's in and out of his hands. Oh, Lemsley had it.
So like you say, you start calling timeouts, and you encourage the Cougars to throw the ball downfield. Curtis did take a timeout, and it's going to work in their benefit, but they were fingertips away from that blowing up in their face.
Brody, that ball was underthrown just a hair by the quarterback, and it was enough to disrupt the flow of the receiver, Lemley, who had to come back to the ball. It was in his breadbasket. He just couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, that's, there's an old saying, if it touches your hands, you got to catch it. But that wasn't an easy catch, and it was good defense by Curtis. They were right there. They were all over him. But
now I wonder if you're going to see a pooch here, because I don't think they want any chance on a return, especially with a player like Wright and then Mims, who's been spectacular all night.
Well, here is the punt opportunity, and it is sky high. It bounces at the 30 and takes a Cougar roll. It's picked up there. Oh, that could be a wild decision-making play by Jaden Wright, and that could cost the Warriors.
Well, Danny, I think if the ball might have hit Wright, I think he felt he had to go get it because it might have hit Wright, or it could have made contact with Wright or Mims. Not certain, but I guess better be safe than sorry. He ran and got on it, and I wouldn't be surprised here if the Warriors just kind of take a knee. And, go in the half down 14-0. You've shown the ability to move the ball. Not the worst thing, Danny.
Not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's a 2-possession game. It's a beautiful night. Friday of Labor Day weekend and an East Coast-West Coast matchup. West Coast showing out so far. No better place I'd rather be than here and now. You know what I mean, brother?
I agree. Totally agree. Skull High, 33, still running off the field.
Almost had him there. The give us to the running back. He goes A-gap, and he puts his shoulder down. That is a mean run for trying to eat up clock at the end of the first half.
Gomez has been very impressive in the carries he's gotten early. And the Warriors are going to play this. They're not looking to go to halftime. I'm a little surprised by this, but I like the aggressiveness.
That 1 minute is enough, and they may have all three of their timeouts. So one timeout taken on the field here. So I believe the Warriors do have 2 more timeouts. And I want to give a shout out while I can right now to our friends at Calco Roofing and Gutters. Calco's got you covered. You like that? With perfect installs, reliable upgrades, upkeep, and repair, Calco is quickly becoming the best roofing and gutters company in New York City and a proud supporter of Nobody Cares Sports.
The best in the business as far as getting those gutters done, all your roofing needs. Doesn't get any better than those guys over there at Calco Roofing and Gutters.
Yo, I had him do my gutters. I'm going to keep it real. These storms we get are so crazy, right? And the water was shooting off my roof, and it was just like destroying my yard. Charlie came over. He was up there for like 6 seconds. He was like, I'm not even going to do it to you, dude. Just give me like some money. We're good. I was like, all right, awesome. Appreciate you. I was like, you want to sponsor my network? He was like, absolutely not. He said yes later on.
Well, here we go at the timeout for the Warriors. Gomez in the game, Wu in the shotgun.
First and 10 for the Warriors. Wu gives it to the back, a trick play. The running back throws it. He's got a man, and it's into double coverage. Intercepted. The Cougars come up with it at midfield.
That was a well-designed play by the Warriors.
Yeah, except he threw it into quadruple coverage.
Well, he had a step. He had to throw a little further. I think it was Van Manen on the rotation. You saw him take his elbow sleeve off, kind of indicating maybe throwing a pass. Nonetheless, now if you're the Cougars, are you going to take another shot downfield? Very adventurous last 2 minutes of the first half here, Brody.
Yeah, that was good discipline by the Cougars there to stay back there. They didn't really get fooled by the trick play, but he did have a step. It's just a bit underthrown. That's a shame.
Now you wonder with no timeouts, are the Cougars going to look to be aggressive? Because if the Cougars take a knee, I'm pretty sure Gambardella be more than happy to go to the half. But I've been wrong about that about 3 or 4 times already, so what do I know?
Well,
Nobody cares.
I'd keep my eye on Tyson Hoke. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they're going quietly into the first half night. These boys from Bothell are looking to put another one up on the board. Under pressure is this quarterback, and he's going to be brought down for a loss. And this could be the final play of the half. Because if you're the coach from Bothell, I mean, you want to be careful here, right? You don't want to do a costly turnover.
Quarterback just took his first hit in a while, so don't know if you want to encourage that. If no timeouts left, 15, 14, 13. I think we're going to halftime here, Danny.
I like your style. I wonder if they cleaned up the bathroom.
Should we acknowledge what you're referring to, Danny? I mean, so these, I'll tell them. They want to go.
I don't think anybody cares.
We don't
No,
want
it's
to tell them.
fine.
It's
No,
kind of
it's
gross.
fine. Yeah, we'll leave it out.
At the half.
I think they get it. That's good.
I don't think so. I don't think they don't get it.
14-0's our score at the end of one full half of play. California knows how to party. They come here tonight and are representing on the East Coast. I'm sorry. Oh, they're from Washington State. Nobody cares. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody cares. Still here. We haven't been canceled yet. Can you believe it? Kevin Brody, Ray Palmer rocking sweatshirts. I said, yo, it's going to get cold tonight. Make sure you wear long sleeves. Guess who left one at home? Ray, what's yours say?
Mine says nobody cares. Nobody cares.
That's right, everybody. The fastest growing sports network that you don't care about. We are out here for the community, 110%. It is starting to turn into a prototypical, beautiful fall evening, ladies and gentlemen. Brody, second half of action. It's been all Bothell so far. What do the Warriors got to do? Hot start it or go back to ground and pound?
They've got to run the ball for sure. They got to control the tempo, and they got to keep their defense off the field for a little bit. These guys played a lot in the first half, so they need to run the ball, hold on to the ball, and they can't make that kind of boneheaded play, you know, that fumble, that deep sack. They got to keep going dodown the field, even if it's 3-4 yards at a time. I think that's important for them.
And Dan, you said fall. This is the fall. It's September 1st. Isn't it still summer? It's too cold.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's
Autumn
football
day.
weather, baby. That's what it
I've
is.
got a pumpkin spice latte coming your way.
Speaking of Labor Day weekend, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the Richmond County Fair all weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and tomorrow with Local Live. We are broadcasting St. Peter's. Shout out to our boy Mark D over there, big supporter of Nobody Cares, visiting St. Joseph by the Sea, the Vikings. Both of those teams also not from California. So I just want to let everybody know I've been taking a lot of heat for saying the Cougars are from California.
We did that game last year at Peters C. It was quite the doozy. Came down to the last possession. Wouldn't be surprised to see it happen tomorrow. We're going to get our easy passes out to the South Shore and broadcast what should be a huge matchup in a AA division in the Catholic League.
Loving every second of this. And by the way, I don't know what kind of music they play at high school football games outside New York City, but you get a lot of old school reggae.
Flyers,
Yeah, Chuck Demis is out here, a lot of Wu-Tang.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at the Fun Bubble Dance Club at 13 years old all over again.
I'm also confused. Halftime's over. Why is it? I don't understand what's going on. The clock ran out. There's refs. We got a guy in shorts at midfield talking to the refs. What is happening? Like, I don't understand why we're not playing football right now.
Well, everybody's got to stretch and stuff like that. They sat on a plane for 2 days.
Kind of what halftime's for, Dan. That's all I'm saying. But nonetheless, all right. They are kind of stretching along to the music a little bit, which is nice. There are a lot of people in I guess the sideline, has mostly kids that played in the JV game. I do wonder, Danny, and we should investigate. Maybe they could have got the Commodore on this. Do kids can play in both games if you're suited up for both? I wonder.
No, I don't know. I would imagine that there's some tomfoolery that takes place. And I'll tell you what, the people that are out here, though, allowing us to do this for free so that you can like and subscribe or not and just, tell us how much you hate us on the chat and stuff like that. Whatever it is,
even better.
You're watching right now for free because of the sponsors on the bottom of the screen. A big, big shout out to our friends at Cryo Wellness SI. Are you an athlete in recovery or just the average Joe looking to get rid of chronic aches and pains? Well, I tore my ACL in the first half of this game, no doubt. So they have one of those frozen guns, dude. You don't got to get in the full ice chamber, all right? They take out a gun, put it right on your knee or your joint. You walk out of there, you're brand new Superman. Make sure you check them out. Cryo Wellness SI, brand new proud supporters of Nobody Cares Sports. Nobody cares.
It's like some Terminator stuff. Danny, I'm complaining about the weather. There's a guy down here in a tank top just chilling out like it's normal. So maybe I'm just getting old.
I'm freezing in this shirt. I told my babies to wear their long sleeves. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't have mine on.
I feel fantastic right now. Thank you.
Well, Danny did tell me to bring a hoodie, like a good dad, and thank goodness, because I would be free. I would have left. I couldn't handle this. Or I would have went to the Curtis, maybe bought a Curtis hoodie or something, because it's cold.
It's cold. It's loud for all the people that couldn't make it or just chose not to be a part of this raucous environment. We are living vicariously for you. It is the Bothell Cougars from Washington State, not to be confused with any other West Coast origin, set to receive here. There are 3 men back for the Cougars.
Big stop for the Warrior defense here upcoming. Oh, onside kick attempt, Dan. Little too far. Didn't give, the flag.
That's a kickoff out of bounds flag there.
Oh, yeah, right. So, an aggressive attempt, but ball went a little too far. Aggressive attempt, poor execution. Unfortunately for the Warriors, I should say, going to give the Cougars fantastic field position to start the second half here, Brody.
Yeah, but you got to believe, though, that the defense knows this, right? So, that, you're going into the halftime, you're coming out of halftime, and your coach is telling you, listen, we're kicking an onside kick. So if it doesn't work out, be ready to play. Be ready to make a stop and get that offense back on the field. So,
yes, sir.
They're ready.
They knew this was happening. They
Absolutely.
knew that was the chance and the risk that they were taking. So a 14-0 game is where we are. It's going to be the quarterback for this Cougars squad, Byers. He's had himself a nice game. I believe 2 touchdown passes right now, boys.
Yeah, if you're the Curtis Warriors, you gotta watch number 3 Tyson Hoke, and you gotta watch the screen in the misdirection. You gotta stay home. You gotta contain.
So 3 wide receivers to the right for the Cougars, 1 running back. Byers gets it out of a shotgun.
That's a hole.
3-step, throws it downfield. Got a man, one-on-one, in and out. Great coverage downfield. But more importantly, I'm going to be honest with you, it looked like it was in and out of Hoke's hands, and they're saying that there's a flag down there.
That was an obvious hold on the outside. It's going to be a penalty, 10 yards on the Cougars there. Obvious hold on the outside. Pass rush coming, what looked like Christian Fenton Bentler. He's the one who got held.
I think you got holding on both sides, are they saying?
Oh, I don't think so. Looks like they're moving them back. Although chains haven't moved yet.
I don't know. I hear there's Warriors legends in the crowd tonight. I know Bud is tuned in right now on YouTube. I see you. Josh Hargett, graduate of O2, is somewhere near me.
Shout out again to my man Jeff Thomas, class of 96.
I mean, people are out here tonight, and nobody ever says hello to me, but I'm going to keep shouting them out.
We're going
anyway.
to see tomorrow. Shout to my guy R.L. Randy Luttrell, one of the best quarterbacks in Curtis history. He's a quarterbacks coach over for the Vikings now.
Byers out of a gun, throws to his right quickly with blockers taking across midfield. Tyson Hoke is still on his feet across the Warriors 30. First down, Cougars.
Great pursuit just to cut the angle off a little bit because he was one step away from breaking that. If the Warriors come back and win this game, that's a big moment there just to slow him down a little bit and stop what would have been a game-changing 21-0 league touchdown. Washington, not California.
Washington.
D.C. or the state?
No,
I meant to ask you that earlier.
The state.
Okay.
I've offended an entire state. If I offended a district, I'd sleep tonight. A state, sleep with one eye open. First and 10 out of the gun. The Warriors attempt to blow it up, but it's Bothell that runs a gap and does it successfully. Big gain for 8. It'll be a second and manageable 2. And boys, we talked about how Curtis came out with that onside kick attempt in an attempt to steal momentum back on their side. Bothell took that opportunity and said, all right, we'll take the ball at the 50 and just keep going.
It's kind of like they've been aggressive, like when Gambadella called timeout early on. Bothell, early at the end of the first half, Bothell threw the big ball down the field. Again, after the after the onside kick attempt, similar results. Warriors, big play for the defense.
You got man at the top of the field here again with Hoke. They're going to run it.
It is not a play action. They do, in fact, give it to the back, running a gap. He's close to the first down stick, but he looks to be just a little bit shy. 3rd and inches for the Cougars, and for all intents and purposes, boys, this is 2-down territory. They do have themselves a field goal kicker, however.
I said they could go to Mickleberry again here. Mickleberry's been
He's trying the hard count. It's good discipline by Curtis.
Got to hold your water here. Plenty of time left in this football game early on. Danny taking some photographs for the gram. Good cut by up the floor here again. Up the field, number 6. Again, it's Wyatt Mickleberry. Beautiful cut, first down. All right, Danny, so it's going to be, I should say Brody, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 15. If you're the Warriors, you got to do what you can here to find yourself get 4 stops, get off the field.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't let him score again here. You can't let him get 6.
Love the environment here with the bright lights that's now fully on.
Bro.
Cheerleaders cheering, forming periods. Just traditional, beautiful high school football out here.
Yes, it is. It's a 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Byer,
got 8.
He's got a man wide open. Touchdown! Tyson Hope puts an exclamation point on the board. It's 20-0 Cougars.
The route had 3 Warrior defenders basically colliding with one another as Hoke runs into the end zone for a touchdown. Beautiful, beautiful offense.
Too easy, unfortunately.
Way too easy.
We've lost Danny.
Listen, Ray, I win every day I wake up, all right? But this broadcast, I'm chalking up as an L. 20-0 Bothell looking to put an extra point up here. And this one is short. I have seen a lot of things in my day. But I'll tell you, a rainbow kick that just comes up shy. Well, it's a 20-0 ball game.
We have a lot of fun here in the broadcast booth. Danny's working on some technical things. He's got screens popping up left and right. Now, if you're the Warriors I generally go for two.
Did he not miss that on
that
a rainbow
was short.
kick?
I don't know what the word
rainbow kick, lollipop. You know, like it goes all the way up to an apex. It wasn't a line drive.
Oh, no,
right?
It was not.
So I'm saying it was a rainbow. It was a bit of a lollipop. It got up there. All right, and it came down, and it really just kissed it, like you're kissing your sister. Didn't make it.
All right, we can go with that. 20-0 here for the Cougars. Listen, if you're the Warriors, Brody, you got to get something going offensively. They've gotten great running out of the freshman, 24. What's his name in front of me? 24, Kadir Gomez. Gomez has been good with the run. Wu had the big play early on. To Mims. Besides that, the Warriors offense is a little skittish. Danny, we got some sponsors coming here. What do we got?
We could do sponsors if you want, but right now it's the Warriors set back to receive as quickly as they could get out there with Bothell set to kick.
And then maybe, you think when it's 20-0 now, does Curtis just go, let's just play loose, man. Let's just not worry about it, not stress out. Let's just get on the field. Let's hit somebody, and let's have some fun. And I think that's the mindset you got to have here.
Warriors.
Playing a little timid right now, Brody. I mean, in my opinion, my man just made a fair catch, but nobody around him for 7-8 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're down by 20 points. You need a spark plug. That's what special teams is about. So I'm not liking the energy that I'm seeing overall from the Warriors. And it could take a big play to maybe rejuvenate them.
Yeah, I think that's what they need. Maybe a screen pass here, or maybe you just kind of run some streaks. You can run the ball up and down, but you got to put points on the board here, and you got to make a play, and you got to turn the momentum, even if it's just something small, just to create a spark. It's what they need right now.
Well, they send a linebacker off the edge. The ball's fumbled, snaps fumbled. No matter, Curtis comes up with it for right now, but it's a massive loss on the play.
Covered by the quarterback, Justin.
Bad snaps have been detriment to both teams today, but unfortunately a little more often for the Warriors than the Cougars.
Yeah, that's kind of the story of the day with Curtis right now, is they just, they're not putting it all together. A couple bad snaps, a couple sacks. They go in the wrong direction, but they can turn it around. Let's see what they can do here, second and long.
Well, out of the gun, it's going to be Byers. Nope. And the Warriors now looking downfield, flushed out of the pocket, just going to throw this one away.
The size,
bro,
speed.
The Cougars are literally chasing the Warriors off the field every play.
Joshua Kingros is 5'10". Wait, am I reading the wrong one? Yeah, Joshua Kingros, 5'10", 267, is getting in the backfield virtually on every snap and was just chasing Moo around as if he was 142 pounds. My goodness, the effort from that kid.
Just doesn't make any sense.
From a nose tackle position, too. Looks like he's going to rest on the sideline for this snap, be 2nd and 20 for Wolves.
No, it is actually 3rd and 20. A screen pass outside to the running back. Gobbled up in the backfield. Linebacker so strong, he might as well go to Penn State while he's out here on the East Coast. Warriors looking to punt.
If you're the Warriors now, punt is critical. Protection, good snap. You want to get this ball, get this out of here, and give, hopefully, Hoke a chance not to field the ball. Kick it away from Hoke as much as possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, I would just kick it out of bounds the way Hoke's been playing today.
Shout out to my guy, Coach Amato, IS-61 member on the Curtis sideline. A little frustrated right now, but one of the best young coaches on this island. Great to see him work with my alma mater.
Well, the Warriors get the punt off cleanly. It's fielded at the 43-yard line by Tyson Hoke, and he is going to be tackled there by a gang of Warriors.
Yeah,
but no worries. The Cougars take over right now in Warriors territory. And, boys, they have a real opportunity to possibly put this game away. I know it's early. When we talk about the momentum and how the game's played out so far, I don't think the Warriors can handle putting up another touchdown.
You go up 4 scores, this game is over. That's pretty safe to say, Danny. So a big stop for Coach Kukowski and the Warrior defense. The Warrior defense has spent a lot of time on this football field today. Eventually, like any other team, most likely to wear out. But again, maybe a big play from the defense, Dan. Pick 6, things like that, bro. You can turn things around really fast.
You see Jeremy Bishop and Jaden Wright, the 2 safeties out there talking to each other. They got to figure out how to stop number 3 here, and I think that's what they were talking about.
Well, out of a shotgun, 2 receivers set right. Wishbone set in the backfield. The
This
give
looks like
is to
another
the
trick
back.
play.
It
Holt's
is
by himself. He's by himself.
wide open in the end zone is Hope. Touchdown, Cougars!
You called it, bro. They ran that earlier. They botched the handoff. So they called again, flea flicker, and Hope could have walked it in. Touchdown, Cougars.
Yeah, I mean, just misdirection, and every time the Cougars do it, Curtis just doesn't have an answer.
Previous drive, lots of runs, got the run established, set that play up, not so much on this drive, that was the first play of the drive, but earlier on, set it up nice, and Cougars putting on a clinic here in St. George.
Yeah, these Curtis players, they want to pin their ears back and they want to attack, but you got to be cognizant of what's going on around you.
Here comes my new favorite player, sprinting onto the field here.
77 just ran a 40 in about 4.3 seconds to get set on the line. Snap is up, the hold is clean, and the kick is good. 27-0 is our score here from the Bothell Cougars over the Curtis Warriors. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we were just having a powwow in the booth talking about how lovely the wind is and how great this game is and how much we're enjoying being here on a Friday night, Labor Day weekend. So all of you could be grilling at home, enjoying what is unofficially the last weekend of summer.
Yep, we were back to school on Tuesday for me, Thursday for the kids. 19th year in the Department of Education for myself. Looking forward to it. That's not the truth. I'm not looking forward to it at all. I would like another month.
Here's a little statistic for you. The Warriors have not returned a kick all night. They have done a fair catch on all kick returns off the tee.
Yeah, let's go. Number 8, make a play here, baby.
And here is a kick downfield. It goes towards 8, but instead is stolen.
Go!
And across the 40, down across the 50, left sideline, tackled by the kicker. And there's the boost of energy the Warriors were looking for.
Mims was not too happy when he got jumped in front of him, had the ball taken from him. But number 24... Why am I blanking on the name here?
44.
That's why I can't find the name. 44, Mukakis steps in front of Mims, up the left sideline, had one to beat, didn't quite score, but like you said, Danny, the big play the Warriors desperately needed.
It was like he knew something. He was like, buddy, I got enough in the tank to take this. You get the next play.
Absolutely. He was tired of the fair catches, I think.
The give is to the secondary back checking into the game because no doubt big man is tired. It is a small gain, possibly none on the play. 2nd and 10. And for the first time in seemingly a long time, the Warriors fans have something to cheer about.
Well, first step to a major comeback is putting something on that scoreboard. Wu's going to be in the shotgun with the freshman on his left.
You said it, possibly a false start here, and then finally called. So Curtis shooting themselves in the foot. It'll be 5 yards, pushing them back.
1 step forward, 2 steps back. That's what it's been all night, unfortunately. But
yeah, you've had two potential snaps, right? You have one for a short loss and then one for a 5-yard loss. So not ideal coming off the big play.
No, but and I'll go back to what you said earlier today, Ray, is 11 practices. I mean, this is September 1st. These guys are still fresh, still a lot more learning to do, so.
110%. Wu gives it out of the backfield to the back. He's going to be swallowed up. And, boys, there's just nothing there. They keep trying to run it, and Bothell just keeps stopping them right there at the door.
Yeah, this D-line's playing great, man. They're playing out of their minds. They're able to play a two deep safety set, really taking any shot for Curtis to throw the ball deep out of their playbook. And the D-line's just stepping up. So, if it ain't broke for them, don't fix it. I know they're up by 27 points, but they don't have to do anything differently right now.
Wu out of the gun, 3rd and 15, looking to his right. He's got a man heaving towards the end zone. It's underthrown,
Flag!
and no flag called. A lot of contact in the end zone, and Wright can't believe it.
I mean, hands on his hips, and he turned him around, and they don't call a flag. That
was a tough call, Brody. I'm on board with you. The ball was underthrown, but he did, in fact, literally turn him around.
Yeah, and usually when that happens, that's usually a no-doubter.
So instead of an automatic first down, it is instead 4th and 15 for the Warriors, still in Cougar territory. And for all intents and purposes, though we are just midway through the third quarter, this could be the game.
Yeah, undeniable, Danny. Big play for the Warriors offense. 4th and 15. Gomez flank to the right.
I think you're looking bottom of the screen here. That you got man coverage all around.
Wu under pressure, rolling to his right, holding the ball like a loaf of bread. He's sacked. A turnover on downs. The Cougars come up with it.
Yeah, and he had Jaden right there. He had Jaden right downfield, but there's just no time to look downfield and no time to throw. That's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. You want the ball to come out sooner, and I think we'll say it again, 11 practices. It's one thing to go against your first-team defense in practice or a scout team as opposed to an actual live team that traveled 5,000 miles to get it, whatever the distance may be.
Guys got off the plane throwing darts, just straight dots, no problem. No jet lag. We out here, New York City, Friday Night Lights. Bothell rolling deep, filling up the visiting fan section here at the Castle.
And not for nothing, sold-out crowd here at Curtis Field. This is, Andy Barberi Memorial Field. This is an actually beautiful night, not so much on the scoreboard for the Warriors, but a night in jail for Staten Island football.
Byers out of the gun. He decides to keep it, and Wright going for the strip. Everybody wearing a white jersey trying to punch that ball out, seeking turnovers, but I have a feeling that this well-coached team from Washington State won't be fumbling anytime soon. Washington State.
He now has a drop. He just presses the button when he wants to say where the guys are from.
By the way, people think that we're a Curtis Warrior network. We are a sports network. This is Nobody
absolutely.
Cares. We go, you want us to come to California?
We're going to the South Shore tomorrow.
Washington.
It's halfway there anyway.
There's a California, Nevada, Washington, somebody said, so I've been dizzy ever since I read that comment on YouTube. So gives to the back, going a little shuffle move. Shades of Barry Sanders moving down the sidelines. One cut and go. A huge gain on the play. First down, Bothell.
Again, offensive execution. They've shown with the pass, with the play action, with the trick play, with the long ball, the run, and the long passing game. Beautiful offensive playbook, beautiful offensive execution all night for the Cougars.
Man, I just try and make every play sound as lit as possible. I don't know how I'm going to be able to talk for the Peters-Vikings game tomorrow. That's going to be a good game.
You're a freaking pro, Danny. You're going to go home, you get your rest.
I'm going to massage my calf muscles. Kevin Brody said to massage my calves
with milk.
And have Pedialyte.
With milk.
Warm milk. I'm supposed to massage
okay.
your calves? I'm confused.
No. You said to massage my calves.
Right. Yeah, massage your calves. It's important.
And just ACL's torn.
And broken for sure. Give his A-gap. They are going to run A-gap the rest of the game. And what's funny is we all know it. Curtis knows it.
Can they stop it?
They get a yard, no yards, and then you think, they're not going to run it again. And boom, first down. So their commitment to the run out here has been impressive. And, defense wins championships. Well, so does ground and pound, coaches, because you really control that clock. Control the tempo.
And it opens up that pass. It opens up the ability to take a deep strike. You got to bring everybody up, and then you do this.
Here's a little screen outside left, moving down the left sideline, and knocked out of bounds. Good tackle there made from number 8 of the Warriors.
Blown away. 8
Chauncey Mims everywhere on his birthday, balling out.
It's just the execution from the Cougars has been nothing short of spectacular. Every play design looks like they've had more than 11 practices.
Yeah,
that's
Well, and here in the city, it's really true. With public schools, it's a bit different than even the Catholic schools, right? Very different, as a matter of fact. Now, they both kind of report to camp at the same time, but they're just MIA. They're not in pads or, running practices or anything like that. So Curtis showed up like a week and a half ago and says, Bothell's coming to play. We got to get ready. I'll tell you what. There's nothing wrong with getting smacked in the mouth in an out-of-league game to start your season, because it says, you know what, we got hit, now we can't get hit again, let's go out and win.
You see Coach Joe Amato's on the sideline, looks at the technology. Didn't have this in my day, but he has the TV screen out, and he's going over the plays and going over the, looks like he has the offensive line with them, so going over some things and just going over stuff and making adjustments now. And then obviously in a post-game film session, they'll break it down even more. But Joe Amato, like I said earlier, great guy and one of the up-and-coming coaches here on Staten Island.
Under pressure, rolling right. This could be a pick. Instead, it could be a touchdown. It is! The Cougars can officially start the party!
Well, you can't blame Tarwo Johnson there. He went for the interception. At this point, with the scoreboard the way it was, you got to be aggressive, try to make the big play. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to come up with it. And Bothell continues to pour it on. We got a Patrick Ewing on the scoreboard temporarily with a potential for a Charles Barkley.
If I was Phil Rizzuto, I'd tell you I got to leave right now and beat the traffic, but instead I'll be here breaking down my studio all night. Nobody cares. 33-0's the score. Bothell looking to add one more.
Snap, hold, kick is up, and this one, after being short in the last one, is going to hit the back wall.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's not a lollipop.
These kids got their phones. They got a text from Washington. They were like, he said you lollipopped the last one, bro. Put it on the roof this time.
34-0.
So, got a Mike B shot. Yeah, 34, Mike B on the scoreboard.
Mikey B.
Shout out to everybody out here. An absolutely packed house. A great crowd. Nobody Cares Sports. Kevin Brody on the call. Ray Palma. Danny Chenard. You guys ready for a sponsor drop or
I
what?
love sponsor drops.
My favorite.
Wait, I have to change the scoreboard manually like it's 1956.
Really?
All right, now it's 34 on the screen. All right, gentlemen, say what up. Our broadcast booth tonight is powered by our friends at Main Street Coffee.
Main Street Coffee! Not just coffee, they got a little bit of everything.
Absolutely not just coffee. They absolutely do have a little bit of everything.
Great
And
wings!
we're going to see them at the Richmond County Fair this weekend. And a big shout out to everybody like the Sandwich Shop, all these different businesses around Staten Island. You come out, you play bingo with us. Man, we're going to have such a good time this weekend.
Windows We Are. They pay for your parking. Did we read those guys already?
Windows We Are.
Turnbow
Same
family.
location for over 35 years. Same phone number. That's how reliable they are. Located in Bay Ridge, they'll pay for your parking.
Where do you get that? Across the bridge, they'll pay for your parking. Nowhere else.
Flat tower.
You don't get it.
You don't, but you get it at Windows We Are. Shout out to the Turnbow family. Good luck to their young man, their son tomorrow.
A miscommunication again as Chauncey Mims was looking for it. Instead, it's big man 44 who keeps it.
44 on the return.
And I think special teams is having some communications problems tonight, boys.
Warriors.
Yeah, 44 is the deep guy there, so that's his ball.
By the way, Loon Schwan, another one of our sponsors. I get the phone number earlier. I was right, 96798. That was from my memory.
You knew it off the top of your
I don't
head.
know any phone numbers, but I do know the phone number to Loon Schwan.
I'm going to give you this one. Solo Fitness and Wellness. Staten Island's best kept secret is out. They got a sneaker store, an indoor basketball court, gym, and sneaker factory. Bro, okay, first of all, it's above a tire shop. I didn't know what was going on. I almost bought 4 new tires before I went into the place. Place is unbelievable. Make sure you check them out. Brand new supporters of Nobody Cares Sports. Solo Fitness and Wellness, located right with Cryo Wellness.
Screen.
Yeah. Doctor 17 said, I seen it. I saw it. No shot. Pick something else.
I like how Danny corrected his own grammar there. Mason Kim, good break on the ball, busting up the play there. The Warriors have a tough time getting anything going offensively.
Yes, I too do not know where I am, but I like that you know my grammar is improving.
Well, you corrected yourself, so it was a self-correction there.
Thank you.
Cryo Wellness, go check that. I can't, like Danny said, it is located in an odd location, but when you walk inside, you won't believe where you are. Oh my goodness, what a great place. So it'll be Wu in the shotgun, 2nd and 10 from the 35. They're going to give the ball to the tailback. looking to find somewhere to go, and there is absolutely nowhere.
You know what I'd like to see from Curtis? I'd like to see a trick play. I'd like to see a flea flicker. I'd like to see them do something just a little different. At this point, you got nothing to lose.
I don't know, man. I'd like to see this guy John Brody in the YouTube comments help me out with breaking down the studio. He said, have fun breaking down the studio. He's not doing it. His calves hurt. Like, they're interacting, and I'll be honest, the pain is real. It is a play action. Quarterback throws right. Nobody is home, and he is on his stomach and slow to get up.
In the NFL, there'd be 15 flags on that play, but unfortunately for Wu in this instance and the Warriors, no penalty, because in high school football, you're actually allowed to hit people, and that's going to bring an end to the Warrior drive, and 20 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, and what has been a dominant performance for the Cougars here in the second half. Warriors are going to punt, 4th and 10 from the 35.
Now, shockingly, here comes another punt, but, let's shake it up. Why not fake it?
Well, at this point, too, you haven't had many opportunities, if it occurs, to work on things like punts and stuff like that. So as much as you want to work on trick plays, you also want to get things done here. Get some practice punts in, maybe work in some backups we haven't had a chance to play, maybe see what those kids can do if given an opportunity to shine. But if you're Curtis, I'm unsure of the Curtis schedule. I'm sure there's a PSAL game next week, and that's something you want to get ready for as much as you can this fourth quarter, as well as obviously try and cut into the deficit.
I wonder if Bothell's the kind of town, like when the football team plays, if the town shuts down.
Oh, yeah, like the business closed at 5 o'clock.
Can you get gasoline and stuff like that when the Cougars have a game? I know I'm being stereotypical here, but it's a bigger deal in other towns. Like here in New York, it's like people 3 blocks away have no idea Curtis is playing.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with community here that we're trying to change and bring it together. So I genuinely want to know, is the town closed when Bothell plays?
I mean, I think you could look to our right and see the amount of people who are here from Bothell for the Cougars and kind of get a pretty good idea of the crowd that they bring.
And make no mistake, the Curtis crowd showed up tonight.
Without a doubt.
Parents and student body. I see a lot of my former students from IS-61 in the crowd.
So look, I have some answers right here, as my good friend Martinique would say, put your 4s up, ladies and gentlemen. We are officially at the fourth quarter. Just to, be real with everyone, they're saying yes, the town closes down.
Really? Wow, that's fantastic. You just love what you see on the sideline, Danny and Brody. I don't know if you saw that, but the Curtis team brought it in. They huddled up, got a little hype thing going here.
Yeah.
And just focus on the next 12 minutes.
Dude.
Can you win the game in the next 12 minutes? Probably not.
Oh,
but you can represent Curtis football for 12 minutes and get better at football today.
Town doesn't shut down, but they get lit as hell. I'm getting mixed reviews.
Okay.
They're saying they get down a little bit harder than they do out here, and right now the scoreboard's telling the real story, so I got to believe it.
That local Applebee's is probably wild.
What?
Wild.
We're not getting many fans of the Pacific Northwest.
No, they want to send us out to the West Coast. I don't know why, but I live in a van down by the river, so I can probably get there in about 2.5 years. Brody, you see that they're just going to run it down here. I mean, Ray, you don't talk about controlling the clock. Is this just going to be pound the ball and we're never going to air it out again?
This is going to be Bill Belichick style football, I think, here for the last 9 minutes.
Well, if you came to Staten Island, you dominated, you conquered. You don't want to get anybody hurt here at this point on. You want to make sure you get everybody back on the bus. And
oh my! There was a big opportunity to come up with a stop in the backfield, but instead the play is blown dead. The receiver's knee was down on the turf after a 2-yard gain.
So I imagine, I can't imagine it flying back tonight. So one more night in New York, you would think at least, and then a safe flight home. And you want to get everybody in that plane nice and healthy and home to their families. So I imagine a lot of keeping the ball on the ground here.
Yeah, I agree.
Folks are saying that they're about 10 minutes from Seattle.
So, okay.
Now I know where they're coming from. Starbucks.
Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam. Yeah, we got it.
Grunge.
Sean Kemp. Gary Payton.
Bro, I love Sean
Key
Kemp.
Arena.
Are you kidding me?
All right.
They're going to bring it.
Warriors sending the house A gap, B gap, and C gap, and it does the job. They get about a half a yard on that play, maybe a full one. So we're looking at 4th and 6, maybe 4th and 7 for Bothell Cougars. And back deep to receive are a duo of Warriors in Wright and Mims.
I loved Fat Sean Kemp on the Cavaliers when he was a little older. And he didn't dunk anymore, but he still scored 20 a night for those teams.
More relatable.
Yes,
Fat
yes.
Kemp.
I relate better to fat people. I do to supreme athletes like Sean Kemp was in his prime.
Yeah, dude, do you ever try and talk to somebody like when you go for an uphill walk? It's like, can we talk about this later?
I've never gone for an uphill walk.
Exactly. Try having a conversation.
We have
doing
Ubers for that now, thank goodness.
I don't
Love watching the Curtis. I like watching the little things in sports. If you watch the Curtis sideline, nothing but positive coaching and support from all the adults and coaches on the sideline.
Oh, no doubt.
Dangerous pickup.
Mims.
Yeah, and I agree with what you said, Red.
Tackled by 3.
When they were huddling up there at the beginning of the fourth quarter, it's about short memories. You almost want to treat this not so much as a preseason game, but just kind of as a measuring stick for what you guys are made of. And when you're down 34-0, if you could come out here in the fourth quarter and you could play with heart and you could play hard, man, that shows a lot about your team. And the season's super young. So, I think Curtis has a bright future this season. I really do. They got some playmakers.
And you gamble on the offense here. Wouldn't be bad to see a little momentum, put 6 on this scoreboard.
I'll tell you who's got a bright future. It's our friend at LeBron Team Realty, committed to delivering first-class real estate services. Located in the heart of the North Shore on Bay Street, his team of real brokers are an integral part of everything here in the community, supporting local sports, and you should support them too. Gomez on the carry for the Cougars. Picks up 2 or 3, and it'll be 2nd and 7.
The Curtis, as they go forward, you see Wu can sling it downfield. But undeniably, they have a dynamic duo in the backfield that's going to be a threat for the PSAL. In the case of Gomez, for the next 4 seasons.
I got to keep it real with you. I wish you guys never talked about Applebee's. They're going wild talking about Applebee's. I'm so hungry. Down the field, one-on-one coverage. And just a little bit too long for Jalen Wright, who can't make the play.
Would love a nice riblet right now. Would be delicious.
Bro, I can't do this. I have to break down this whole place. Everybody's going to leave and see their families. You think I'm going to eat? No. I got to be at the
Just
fair
go
tomorrow.
straight to see. Oh, you're going to the fair prior. Okay.
I got to go to the fair and set up, right? Come out, we're running bingo, wiffle ball, home run derby. Man, we have prizes to over 80 Staten Island businesses. I don't know how I do it, but I did.
Well, you're a one-man show, Danny, and thanks to you, these kids.
High snap, ball gets away, fumble in the backfield. Who's got it? Battle for the ball. And it's
Cougars
still going to be Curtis, but no, Cougars got it.
Yeah, like you said, you want to.
Holy Hannah.
It looks like Curtis went to. It looks like they pulled Wu. It looked like anyway that was number 16, Zachariah. I'm Zach Belton, good basketball player as well. Looks like he was in a quarterback, but the snap ran awry, and now you've put in the Cougars right down their goal about the 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Excuse me, that is not the 24-yard line. That is around the 10-yard line. I can't really see. What's happening? Curtis has the ball. Who has the ball? None of us know what's happening.
Curtis is punting.
Curtis is punting the football. So
Kind of how we just punted on the last 30
my
seconds
knees
of
straight
this.
click, bro, with every step I take, and I'm not moving. A fair catch called here.
Punt fair caught by number 3.
And, for your MVP of the game has to be my MVP of the game, number 3, Tyson Hoke.
Sure. I mean, the only other person you could possibly consider would be the guy that threw Hoke the ball all night long, because he's been majestic at quarterback.
You know why?
Byers.
Because Byers has done an incredible job of moving around the pocket and looking to throw the ball as he moves the pocket.
And
normally, you're like, all right, I'm just going to run off. He's like, no, I'm going to run east-west and then throw a dot.
And then running the offense with efficient and precision and just check downs and the deep balls and even the run plays. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, Hoke, especially his contributions in the kick return game as well, punt return game, Hoke has put on a dominant performance, and I'm going to look to see what year. Mr. Hoke
Shout out to everybody out in Bothell. I mean, it's obviously a bit more lit than it is here in Curtis, but if you like what we're doing, make sure you like and subscribe, man. Who knows? Maybe we'll come out and do something for you. Nobody cares. A little fake Statue of Liberty play. Fake throw left to give behind the back to the rolling back. Goes a gap. Gets nothing.
Hoke's first name is Tyson. How badass is that? I didn't know that.
It's unbelievable.
Tyson Hoke.
No,
Yeah, this kid was.
you're gonna be successful, don't you think, Brody?
Yeah,
With a name
right.
like that?
There's no failures that are named Tyson
Yeah.
Hoke. So
You're off to a good start.
Whatever he does, he's going to do it big. And from what I could tell, he's one heck of a football player. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays some other sports,
Who's
too.
still your girlfriend, Tyson Hope?
I
Well,
hope
he
not.
shouldn't have brought your girlfriend around him then. That's
Fair.
right the name.
She
you know
should have
what I
been
mean?
standing
Should
there.
have been standing there, exactly. Give once again on the fake pass goes A-gap. The running back takes it up the middle for a gain of a few yards. That's
Jaden
Donald, newcomer in the game, getting busy.
Well, the kid traveled 3,000 miles. You want a chance to get a snap, and here he goes. And there goes my favorite player, running off the field, number 77. That's my guy, Joshua Kinrose. Dominant defensive tackle. Someone to watch out there for in whatever league it is that the Cougars play in.
I think a GoFundMe to get us out to Washington State would cost about like $8. Probably
I think we made a few fans tonight. If they're watching from home, shout out to the people out there in the Pacific Northwest. Big cut there.
Oh, my man goes left and then straight, running with a full head of steam.
Yeah, Jaden Donald's fresh, man, and he's got something to prove. Like you said, you just traveled across the country. You're getting the ball. You want to make a statement here.
People at Nobody Cares, I want to give a shout out to all you parents of the Cougar Nation that are watching the game here live. Thank you for joining us here in Staten Island, and your team has come here and represented you guys extremely well, not only on the field, but as young men as well. So great job all around, and thanks for joining in here on the Nobody Cares Sports Network.
Word, it was the first quarter on the screen for like 45 minutes or possibly 2 days.
Nobody cares.
People need to understand that I'm running graphics, audio, live stream, so much happening here, but thank you to the sponsors on the bottom of the screen for allowing this team to try and figure out live sports broadcasting. We're just happy to be out here, man. This is fun.
Yeah, well, Danny, we give it to you, and I'm sorry, Brody, but Danny, we want to give you the shout out. Brody and I just talk. We sit here and talk.
Yeah.
I'm not touching any buttons. I'm not changing anything. But thanks to you, Dan. This is all because of you. These kids will have this game on YouTube for the rest of their lives. They will show the big plays they made, and every broadcast you do. Thank you so much, my friend.
Absolutely.
Yo, I love you guys, man. And you know, it's the beginning of the school year. We're only just begun because we're doing basketball, we're doing bowling, baseball, trying to get into hockey. You name it, Nobody Cares Sports is there. Boys and girls sports and adult sports. Definitely not professional. This jump ball in the end zone, picked off by the Warriors. The first time in a long time. We've got something to talk about. This ball's going the other way. The Warriors come up with it. The interception in the end zone comes on the hands of the junior defensive back, Terrell Johnson.
And that was a great play. He had one-on-one down the field.
Johnson, Terrell. Ray, you gave me a last name first roster. You know I'm illiterate.
That is from Gambo.
Are you kidding
and
me?
Yes, it is the last name first. Gambo sent it. I did the best I could. Gambo worked with us. Is it a last name first?
Oh, wait a minute. Hoke. His first name is Hoke. Hoke
What?
Tyson. No, I'm just
It is
Albert,
not.
I quit right now. You
His
guys
name's
finish.
Tyson Hoke.
His name is
can't-
Tyson Hoke. Curtis, you got to read it the other way around. It's okay. Just get one or the other. I would just go with one name.
I was
Treat everybody like a Beyonce.
Now the give once again. A-gap. Curtis is just going to continue to pound. 3 minutes and 9 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Do you think that they will say, boys, what do you say? Let's try and not get shut out?
Try and score a touchdown.
Yeah,
Try and put points
absolutely.
on the board. Absolutely.
I like it.
And the run is part of that. And the run's going to be a big part of the Curtis success because they have two stud running backs back there. The C transfer, and, of course, the freshman has been very impressive in his debut.
He's got
Will
him.
throwing right's got a man. Right makes the catch. That's a first down for the Warriors. Shout out my man Sarone tuned in on the YouTube machine.
And you've got a 15-yard cushion there that cornerback's giving you. So if he's going to do that, you just run that play over and over again.
I guess I read that wrong. It's Gage Cotton, number 6. It's not Zach Bell. Gage Cotton is the quarterback for the
You talk
Warriors.
about a cushion. There was literally nobody there on an island.
It's a little closer now.
Wu rolling to his right. The Bothell fans making a hell of a lot of noise. Throws it towards the sideline. That's complete for a gain of about 7 on the play.
We got 16 at quarterback here, Danny. Gage Cotton has been the quarterback. But now, Cotton in at quarterback here for the Warriors for this last drive. Number 16, Gage Cotton, has been the recipient of that nice throw across the field, and then the first down play there to make it 2nd and 2. A lot of noise here from the Curtis crowd in the bleachers.
I'm not sure if lightning struck behind me or if someone's cheering. In any event, Wu throwing deep down the right sideline. He's got a man. Oh, it's off the fingertips of Mims. What are you talking about?
I've been trying to tell Danny it's Gage Cotton at quarterback. Wu has not been there for 5 consecutive plays. Danny's not listening to me. I try to tell him off mic. He yells at me on mic. Anyway, Gage Cotton, the quarterback for the Warriors.
Let me guess, he's from California?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares,
Nobody
sir.
cares.
I'm sorry, I'll send them a fruit basket, the whole family. Edible Arrangements is making a fortune off me.
Oh, baby, go.
Give us to the freshman. I'll secure the first down. So you get the Warriors playing for a touchdown here. Not supposed to win the game, but playing for the touchdown.
First down.
You know, the freshman here, I'm going to guess he's got a good 45, 50 yards on the ground. Great debut for the young man.
Well, it's 1:55 to go here in the game. It is, in fact, the fourth quarter, and we thank all of you at home for tuning in. Want to give a big shout-out to our friend at Jimmy Mac's, 280 Watchog Road. They support the entire sports community here in Staten Island, so of course they support Nobody Cares. A big shout-out to Kathleen and Jimmy McBradley. Appreciate all you do, and we'll see you tomorrow. I know your boys playing for the St. Peter's Eagles against the Vikings will be at that game.
I play probably in 5 to 10 golf outings every year, maybe more. And I don't think I've ever been to a golf outing where one of the raffle prizes wasn't a gift card to McBradley's place, Jimmy Mac's, or a pizza of the month, or the pasta of the month, or both. They're probably one of the most generous businesses I've been a part of, and obviously one of the best restaurants on Staten Island. Shout out to the McBradley's, great people that do great things. Oh, selfie time. There we go. I smile for
Love
that
me
one.
some Jimmy Mac's.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
Yeah,
Great establishment. Great
They
pool
actually,
stuff.
they gave us Pizza of the Month and Pasta of the Month for the county fair. Throw over the middle. It's going to be up Wright's hands, right off his fingertips. Oh, should have had that popcorn. Incomplete.
Well, the beautiful ball. Now, granted, he is having a little less pass rush than Wu had to deal
Without
with
a
for three
doubt.
quarters.
Without a doubt.
But if Cotton here is making his case for the quarterback job with the Warriors, be interested to see if he's going to change the minds of the offensive staff, maybe get more snaps for himself.
Yeah, two really nice throws by Cotton.
Good balls, all right, nice tight spot.
Right in the beat, Cotton. Quarterback drops back to pass, throwing right. That's complete. The ball comes out. Bothell comes up with it. That is the nail in the coffin, ladies and gentlemen. They're taking this W back home, and I'm telling you, it is lit out there on the West Coast tonight.
Riblets for everyone, folks, as the Cougars with the Warriors with a costly turnover there, pucked their hand in, made something happen. So, turnovers, likely going to need a couple of knees here, I would think. I'm not sure if the Warriors will let the Warriors do have some timeouts remaining, but I would imagine that's going to end this thing here. And listen, the valiant effort for the Warriors. They came in as massive underdogs, Dan.
Sure did.
And it showed. I mean, yeah, they're going to line this up. They're not even going to make them kneel it out, which is interesting. I've never seen that before. But Danny, you want to take the call here?
Absolutely. It's going to be a final score here in 4 quarters of play. The Curtis Warriors fall at home at the Castle to the visiting Bothell High School Cougars, traveling all the way from Washington State, not too far from Seattle. Gentlemen, I'm going to turn the camera around for everybody at home to see who's been on the broadcast call tonight. It's the one and only Nobody Cares Sports Crew, and here we are in the booth powered by our friends at Main Street Coffee. I'm Danny Chenard. This is Ray Palma. Ray, make some comments for tonight. What do you got?
Well,
Closing
I just
marks.
think, like we talked about a few times during the game, Curtis Warriors had 11 practices. Clearly, Bothell had a few more. Bothell came in here as advertised, a national team, a team that travels the country, and looked like a well-oiled machine versus a Curtis team that learned a lot today. There's a lot of film right there that I'm sure Coach Gabardella and his staff will get on top of and can make some adjustments. So I think if you're Curtis, tonight got you ready for a PSAL season. And if you're the Cougars, listen, you traveled across country. These kids got a bonding experience they'll never forget. And they came in, they kicked ass and took names, Brody.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, like you said, for Curtis, there's a lot of good to take out of that. They ran the ball well, and they played good defense. They stopped the run pretty well. I think what they need to do is they just need to clean up the mistakes, and that's just going to take time, and that's just going to take practice. But they got a bright future. They got some good ball players.
Super early, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do you see it where Appalachian State goes up to play some D1 school, gets smacked around? Now look at Appalachian State. After getting slapped around for 20 years, they're really starting to make headlines. So sometimes, like I said, when you play one of these opening games of the year and they don't go your way, sometimes your fans leave listening to Mystical and you're really not sure what's happening. But I'll tell you what, boys, no matter what the score, no matter where we
50
are.
Cent, by the way.
No, Mystical was just
This
on.
is definitely Mystical, yeah.
This is Mystical?
And now this is 50 Cent, but
Mystical's on
Mystical was
before.
just
Mystical
on.
was on. I
And it was,
apologize.
Look at the size of this handshake lane. Bothell has they brought the entire state with them. Applebee's must be struggling tonight.
Well, these people are out here. We appreciate each and every single one of you. Never give me a last name first rosters again. Ray, you're the man. Happy Labor Day weekend. I'll see you tomorrow at the game. Brody, what do you make your first time?
It was my pleasure. Thanks so much.
It was a lot of fun.
Nobody cares. Main Street Coffee!